Now on CoastTV News.
No hold on Delaware's new gun permit requirement. What to know before the law takes effect on Sunday. And an update after this Berlin business was wiped out by a fire on Thursday. Why officials say determining a cause is going to be difficult.
This is CoastTV News at 11.
Good Friday evening, and thank you so much for being here with us. I'm Christina DeRobertis. Our top story tonight, a deadly crash in Milford this afternoon. On your screen now is where Milford police say a 55-year-old woman was hit by a car just after 2 o'clock today. This is North DuPont Boulevard near North Street Extended. The victim was taken to a hospital where she later died, according to police, and Milford police say the investigation is ongoing. And tonight we're following developing news. Delaware's new handgun permit law will take effect on Sunday. A Trump-appointed federal judge decided not to issue a temporary injunction in a lawsuit over the measure. The law's constitutionality is being challenged. The measure will, as of Sunday, require people buying or transferring a gun to first get a permit, which requires fingerprinting, a background check, and a training course. Delawareans who already have a concealed carry deadly weapon license, they will not be subject to this permit application process. Well, today cleanup continued on the scene of a commercial structure fire that required more than 24 fire units to contain near Berlin yesterday. The building, a part of a boat and jet ski dealership owned by Worcester County Commissioner Eric Fiore. Fortunately, the fire marshal's office says there were no injuries, but the building was a total loss. Berlin Fire Chief Andy Grunden says the conditions forced them to focus on containing the fire rather than putting it out.
At one point when we went back in to save a couple items that were requested if we could get to them by the business owner, if we could get those items out, and we were successful in doing that. But after that, it's just with the wind and with the, again, advanced state of fire and the volume and complexity of that kind of fuel load, it makes it so that the best thing to do is try to keep it in its footprint and not let anything that wasn't already on fire before become on fire.
Today, Commissioner Fiore posting a message of gratitude on Facebook, thanking first responders and the community for its support and committing to a rebuild. The cause of the fire is still under investigation by the fire marshal's office, and officials say it could be an uphill battle trying to determine the cause because of how bad everything burned there. Now to Rehoboth Beach, where the One Rehoboth Hotel is set to go on the Rehoboth Beach Boardwalk, right where the iconic red Dolly sign used to hang. It really was a landmark in Rehoboth Beach, and CoastTV News reporter Elisa Weber shows us the project has been approved for almost a year now, but the building, it still remains untouched.
This now rundown building once was a Rehoboth Beach landmark. It was where that iconic Dolly sign used to hang. But in 2021, Dolly's moved to another location, and that red sign sadly came down. The One Rehoboth Hotel, approved back in January, aims to bring new life to this spot on the boardwalk. But the demolition date for this building is still unknown. This group, who walks on the boardwalk every morning, says while it is sad Dolly's is no longer here, it's time for this building to come down.
It's starting to look pretty sad. It doesn't look good at all. I think the best thing that could happen would be tear it down. If it comes out looking what the artist's concept is, it's going to be a much better improvement.
This is an eyesore. It really is. It's embarrassing.
Signs on the building indicate work was expected to begin around late October, but that never happened. The date for demolition was expected to be discussed at today's Planning Commission meeting, but the city says that conversation has been moved to the December 12th meeting. Rick Downs, who lives in Rehoboth Beach, is excited for the next chapter in this iconic corner's life.
A whole facelift, period, of this corner. So, and like I say, the Bellhaven's over in that corner where Candy Kitchen is, and that'd be another my project, a facelift and a new era for the boardwalk.
This demolition you see right here began back in April on the old Sirocco Motel and Grotto's Pizza. This is a part of the One Rehoboth Hotel project. For now, the new version, for a spot that meant so much to many, remains a reminder of the past. In Rehoboth Beach, I'm Elisa Weber, Coast TV News.
Delaware State Police tonight are investigating a deadly crash in Delaware. Police say it happened around 5 p.m. yesterday when a GMC Sierra was traveling on Sussex Highway near West Snake Road. Initial investigations found the GMC veered off into the opposite lane of traffic before hitting a tree. The unnamed 30-year-old driver from Georgetown died at the scene, and DSP will continue to investigate that deadly crash. The Trump administration is cracking down and detaining parents and guardians who paid for children to cross the border. According to people involved, administration officials see it as an effective way to ramp up deportations of people who can easily be located by the government. A Homeland Security spokesperson claims the arrests are primarily the result of human smuggling investigations. And in similar news, we'll go to Chicago now, which is really becoming known as the epicenter of the Trump administration's immigration crackdown. It's teeming with energy right now as law enforcement agents on the ground are clashing with protesters and attorneys are facing off in courtrooms. And as Sherelle Hubbard reports, Friday several people were arrested near the Immigrant Processing and Detention Center in Illinois.
What started as a peaceful protest in a suburb west of Chicago Friday turned chaotic after protesters reportedly pushed past barriers. The U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement facility in Broadview, Illinois, has been at the heart of Operation Midway Blitz and the site of repeated clashes between protesters and federal agents.
They got the right to protest, have at it. But don't cross the line. I was watching the videos before I came out here. When they put hands on a law enforcement officer, they're getting arrested, going to jail.
Immigration enforcement is a part of the Trump administration delivering on campaign promises. But the protests come amid a number of legal cases revolving around the facility. An attorney in Illinois filed a lawsuit last month in U.S. District Court over the curfew that was imposed on protesters.
What several federal judges have determined is that the predicate for Operation Midway Blitz is false.
And amid legal claims by advocates that the center has, quote, inhumane conditions, a U.S. magistrate judge and a small group of attorneys visited the detention center Thursday to investigate. The Department of Homeland Security has denied any claims that there are subprime conditions at the facility. And in yet another legal battle, a top Border Patrol official, Gregory Bavino, was rebuked by a U.S. District Court judge over heavy-handed tactics and issued a preliminary injunction blocking the use of force against protesters and journalists. I'm Sherelle Hubbard reporting.
Here locally, the American Civil Liberties Union of Delaware sent this 4-page letter to Delaware Governor Matt Meyer regarding state and local police and when they can assist ICE agents. As Brandon Ferguson reports, the ACLU is looking for clarity on that.
Local police assisting ICE operations in Delaware.
I think assisting is fine.
We want there to be some very specific guidelines.
ACLU of Delaware Executive Director Mike Brickner claims local police are often called for the wrong reasons by ICE.
These types of calls can be a backdoor way to try and get assistance from state and local law enforcement to helping with federal immigration work. And we don't want that to happen.
Brickner says if calls are confirmed to be threatening to the public, local police should then act accordingly.
State and local law enforcement could respond, but that needs to be very clear what those situations are.
The ACLU of Delaware requests that Governor Matt Meyer responds by November 20th to this letter, with the hopes Governor Meyer creates clear rules on when local police can respond to ICE operations. Georgetown local Beth Bachman has no problems with police assisting as long as the right people are being detained.
I don't want them to be in the forefront. That's what ICE gets paid to do. But I don't have a problem with it.
CoastTV attempts to reach the governor for a comment on this story have not been returned.
Coast TV's Brandon Ferguson reporting there, and we also reached out to Delaware State Police regarding this. They said, quote, Delaware State Police does not have any formal agreements with ICE. Our mission remains focused on ensuring public safety for all Delawareans and visitors to our state. Regarding any potential future requests from ICE, the Delaware State Police does not engage in hypotheticals. We assess real-time situations based on their immediate public safety impact and respond accordingly. End quote. This does bring us right into our Coast TV poll. We're asking if you think Delaware should update police guidance on assisting ICE. Let's look at the results. 42% say yes, 55% say no, 2% think it needs review, 1% don't know. You can still vote. Go to coasttv.com or use our mobile app. Let us know what you think, and you can see updated results online. And we are just getting started. We have more news ahead. Coming up, holiday season fire safety, the top tips fire officials want you to know before you put up a tree or try and fry a turkey. And coming up, we have your cool things to do this weekend. There's plenty of ways to get into the holiday spirit. And meteorologist Bob Trihey is in our Coast TV First Alert Weather Center tracking a pretty decent weekend, but it will get a little cold and windy again. He has your full forecast next. Some may say it's too soon, but at Shellville, it's officially the holiday season starting tomorrow. It's the first day of the 2025 Holiday Village and the tree lighting at 6 p.m. If you're not in the holiday mood yet, Shellville will fix that. There's also a holiday market happening in Millville Saturday morning from 10 to 2 at 2 locations, Millville Town Hall and Evans Park. You can help raise money for the Friends of Cape Henlopen State Park at their annual boutique and book sale. That's on Saturday from 9 to 2. It's at the Officers Club, and you're going to find holiday decorations, handcrafted items, and plenty of books. And on Sunday, you can get out and enjoy the Prime Hook National Wildlife Refuge with a guided walk through the trails. Just meet in the main parking lot of Prime Hook at 3:30. Visit coasttv.com and click on Cool Things to Do for event details, tickets, and more.
Not a bad end to the work week for Delmarva. It was breezy and it was chilly today. 55 in Georgetown, Salisbury 56. We had 55 in Easton, Ocean City at 57 degrees. Here's a live look at the DryTech cam right now. And for this weekend, we're looking at breezy conditions, increasing clouds Saturday, and then some evening showers possible into the overnight tomorrow night into early Sunday. And then afternoon sun Sunday, windy and turning much colder. Then early next week, really cold. Highs only near 50 both Monday and Tuesday. Lows in the 30s. Feels like temperatures in the 20s and 30s with gusty winds. Right now, temperatures slowly falling off. We've got a lot of cloud cover right now. 46 in Laurel, 47 in Georgetown and Millsboro. Indian River Inlet 49, 49 in Rehoboth. Lewis right now at 49 degrees as we're looking at light winds. So the wind's not a factor. And if you're checking out the foliage this weekend, a good weekend to do that. We're pretty much, well, at peak now across Delaware, much of Delmarva. The southern tip of Delmarva is in moderate color right now. And then farther to the north and west, we're pretty much past peak. We're looking at lots of clouds out there right now on the satellite picture. You see some green showing up. I think that's precipitation that's falling aloft. Otherwise, lots of clouds out there with a northwesterly flow. We are seeing some breaks, however, back through D.C., Pittsburgh, into Pennsylvania. So I think we will see some of those breaks through the overnight, and that will allow temperatures to drop into the 30s for some areas. And then you see this cold front across the northern plains, and that is the game changer for Sunday. That will bring wind and much colder temperatures. So here's Futurecast as we go into the midnight hour. We're looking at clouds, temperatures in the 40s. Then I think with some of those breaks tomorrow morning, we're looking at lower 40s, maybe some upper 30s. And then as we go into your Saturday morning, temperatures in the 50s. And then by afternoon, lower 60s inland areas, 50s at the coast. As the winds start to pick up from the south, we're close to 60 in the afternoon. Then gets really breezy tomorrow evening with that warm front lifting through. And that's when we have a chance to of seeing some showers. Nothing all that heavy, but we'll be looking at those showers into Sunday morning, and by 4:30, even some of those showers into Sussex County, and maybe a rumble of thunder too, and then that's out of here. Then the winds start to ramp up out of the northwest. It gets really windy into late Sunday morning with temperatures in the 50s, falling through the 50s in the afternoon hours. And then tomorrow night, we're looking at temperatures falling through the 40s and then even into the mid to upper 30s by Monday morning. Along the coast, we're looking at mid 60s from Lewis to Dewey Beach, Bethany Beach, and Chincoteague as well, as those winds will get really strong Sunday morning, ushering in that colder air, gusting 35 to 40 miles per hour, cold and windy as we go into Sunday night and Monday, and feels like temperatures as we go into Sunday evening into the 30s, lower 30s by Sunday morning, and Monday air temperatures near 50 but feeling like 30s, and by Tuesday morning temperatures feeling like upper 20s. Looks like our next chance of seeing maybe some showers is a clipper system that could nick us with a little bit of shower activity heading into Tuesday. Right now, not a big system. 39 tonight, variably cloudy and chilly. Moving into your Saturday, 63, mostly cloudy. On the mild side, Paul Davis 7-day forecast, 63 Saturday, 62 early Sunday, and then plummeting temperatures into the upper 30s by Monday morning, only 50 on Monday, near freezing Tuesday morning, 49 Tuesday, a chance of showers, a little warmer Wednesday, 54, and then warming up through the end of the week by Friday, mostly cloudy and 62.
All right, thank you so much for that, Bob. Well, we could be seeing some price jumps at the post office next year. In a move to keep the agency competitive, the Board of Governors approved increases across Priority Mail Express, Ground Advantage, and Parcel Select. Priority Mail would rise by about 6.6% and Ground Advantage would go up 7.8%. USPS says the increases reflect market conditions and support its 10-year transformation plan. Prices for regular mailing services, including the first-class stamp, those will stay the same. And the Postal Regulatory Commission will now start its review ahead of the planned January rollout. Walmart is about to enter a new era as well. The retailer announced Friday its CEO, Doug McMillon, is retiring next year. McMillon started off as a store associate. He climbed the ladder to eventually become the CEO in 2014. Since then, the company's stock has risen 300%. John Furner, who heads Walmart's U.S. operations, will take over as CEO in February. McMillon will stay on the board until next summer, and he will be an advisor to Furner through the 2027 fiscal year. Now, as the holiday season approaches quickly, there are a few safety hazards that local fire departments want you to be aware of. Let's start with Thanksgiving. Deep frying a turkey, it can be dangerous, especially when it's not done right. And local fire officials say you should always keep the fryer away from your home, and it never hurts to keep a fire extinguisher nearby. As for Christmas, a dried out Christmas tree, that can easily turn into a holiday disaster that ruins all of those gifts you worked so hard to wrap and bring the local fire department to your front door.
We want everyone to have a real good holiday, but don't have us over for the holiday. Stop by the firehouse, say hi, don't invite us over. We want you to have a nice holiday without us.
The Salisbury Fire Department hopes this demonstration today will serve as a reminder to remain vigilant as the holiday season approaches. And while Thanksgiving may still be a couple of weeks away, the Black Friday deals have already begun. Amid price hikes due to tariffs, though, discounts may not be as good as last year. Allie Spilliard reports.
If you're starting to plan your holiday shopping, you should know that consumer experts say Black Friday is going to look a little different this year. Come on, we're going to go find out why.
The tariffs came. I think everyone didn't know what was coming next. We were negotiating with our factories, trying to lower costs on that end, and then also raise costs a bit for our customers to help mitigate the overall price we had to pass on.
That's Jeremy and Lila Stewart.
So this is our amazing slipper line.
The founders of Dallas-based flip-flop brand Hari Mari. This past August, tariffs on Chinese imports led them to raise prices anywhere from $10 to $15 a pair. So while they'd never forego their annual Black Friday and Cyber Monday sale,
oh my gosh, it's crucial.
This year, they're rethinking it.
These are our gift with purchases.
Skipping discounts for top sellers and doing what they can to offset a discount that doesn't dip as low as it once did.
Given this has been a different year for sure, we've started a new promotion. It's actually running right now, and it's something that we normally don't do and we haven't done before in terms of what we're offering, which is a gift with purchase. So hopefully for any of those consumers that might be a little upset about the price increase, we're adding a little bit of an extra value.
According to some recent headlines, Hari Mari is not alone. In a recent Bloomberg report shared by our partners at the Dallas Morning News, they named 6 major retailers also cutting back on promotions this year. And CNBC also recently reported that the holidays are when consumers will start to feel the impact of tariffs. They say that's because many stocked up ahead of duties, absorbing some of that early impact.
While the upcoming season is still uncertain, Hari Mari not only survived the pandemic, but grew.
I feel like if a business, a brand, personal families can weather a storm like that, then now it's, the conversation is not as big.
The Stewarts have faith. They'll weather this one too.
We've come such a long way.
Coming up next, a historic church hit by lightning, how St. Mary's in Pocomoke City is working to rebuild.
This is Coast TV News at 11.
2 scam alerts we want you to know about tonight. First, the Ocean City Police Department says a phone scam has been going around. The department says they're being impersonated. Department members tell us the caller will tell people that they have a warrant and must send money to resolve it. Ocean City Police remind people that they would never make a call like that. And if you're being asked for Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, or gift cards, those are popular scam methods. And also, the Cape Henlopen School District has received notice that scam calls are being made to businesses in the area. The school district says the calls are being made to offer sponsorships from Cape Henlopen High School. School district officials warning those in the area to ignore the phone calls from the number you see here on your screen. The district reminds community members they will never ask for credit card information over the phone. Looking across Delmarva now, in Pocomoke City, a 180-year-old church is working to bounce back after a direct lightning strike. Lightning hit the steeple at St. Mary the Virgin Episcopal Church in July, damaging the tower and the water main there. Church leaders are now working to replace the damaged steeple with a new one, and they say hopefully by Christmas.
There's $500,000 in damage done to the building, so insurance fortunately will cover most of that, but we have another $200,000 or more in which we would love donations to help us.
The church is asking people to donate through its website or by mailing checks to the parish. In the meantime, services continue across the street in the parish hall. This week, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration announced that after 20 years, it is righting a medical wrong. In a pivotal move, agency officials say they are taking steps to remove the black box warning on many hormone treatments for women with menopause symptoms. Maribel Gonzalez explains how experts say this could change the way we treat women's health.
The black box warning is the strongest type of alert the FDA puts on a drug label. This new move to remove such labels from products that could help women deal with sometimes debilitating menopause symptoms follows calls to action and policies to improve menopause care at the state level.
The FDA is standing with science and standing with women.
In 2002, an outside panel of experts halted a large government-funded study called the Women's Health Initiative, citing concerns that the risks of taking a combination of estrogen and progesterone, such as a higher likelihood of certain cancers, outweighed the potential benefits to study participants. This prompted the FDA to order a black box warning on estrogen-containing therapies in 2003.
Black box warnings on HRT products discourage doctors from prescribing and patients from inquiring about these products. Those fears shape decades of medical guidance, family decisions, and FDA policy.
More than 2 decades later, the FDA is removing warning labels on many medications that could help women mitigate menopause symptoms.
Women have endured sleepless nights, derailed careers, painful sex, broken bones, and a loss of well-being, all because the science was misread.
Medical groups, including the American College of Obstetricians, have pushed for the removal of the warning label.
There's no doubt that women will feel better from hot flashes, from night sweats, from sleep disturbances.
But experts caution that not all hormone therapy carries the same risks.
It's really important that patients have a conversation with their physician about their specific risks. This does not open up, the can so everyone should go out and run and get a hormone replacement therapy prescription.
The label changes will also include updated age-specific guidance on systemic hormone therapy. It could take several months for these updates to take effect. Reporting in Los Angeles, I'm Maribel Gonzalez.
Now here's a live look into Lewis. We have more weather coming up after the break.
Decent fall day to kick off the weekend tomorrow. Chilly in the morning, temperatures in the 40s, light winds. Maybe you're doing some leaf peeping. Looking pretty good for that with the peak foliage. Temperatures into the 50s and then into the 60s later in the afternoon. I think lower 60s. Congratulations to Judy Turner from Lewis on winning a brand new umbrella from Paul Davis and Coast TV. And remember to call the Coast TV First Alert weather phone, sponsored by Brockstead, Mandalis, Federico. Here's your Paul Davis 10-day forecast. 63 Saturday. 62 Sunday, but that's early in the day. We're going to have a cold front blasting through, lots of wind, those temperatures falling through the 50s. It's going to feel cold heading into early next week. 37 to start the day on Monday, only 50 Monday, but feeling like 30s with the wind, and close to freezing Tuesday morning, and then Tuesday's no picnic either. 49 degrees with a few scattered showers, and then we're looking at temperatures gradually warming up through the rest of next week. 62 on Friday, and as of now, it looks like Saturday, some showers, 64, and then 61 on Sunday. So a bit of a roller coaster, Chrissy.
Yeah.
And a blast of winter Monday and Tuesday. But once again, it's pretty quick hitting.
Okay, I mean, the weekend looked good, so I think Monday, Tuesday, that's a problem
Bundle up
for Christina next week.
That's right.
Yeah. Thank you, Bob, and thanks to you for joining us for Coast TV News at 11 tonight. You can always find more news and weather on our Coast TV News app. The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon is next, and we're back tomorrow at 6 p.m. Have a good night.
Bye.